Well, ladies and dudes, it is time for season 14 of my movie reviews. And I know a perfect way of how to get season 14 started. With this very underrated film that featured our favorite actor in the whole wide world, the great and mighty Liam Neeson, and also his beloved son, Michael Richardson. This is a very, very fun film to watch. That's for sure. Well, anyway, hi ladies and dudes. This is Rebecca Lynn Barkley, aka Boobot 1987. This is my review for a day. And today I finally found a movie review, ladies and dudes. And I've been waiting for this movie review for quite a while. Almost 5 long years. And this is one of the movies I never got a chance to see in the movie theaters. Or never showed up in my movie theaters during that stupid pandemic crap. Well, if you guys get the picture. So, yep, I finally found this movie at long last. And also, it's one of the movies I did on hold for a few years ago. I did try to find a way to see this film on YouTube, but this person, whoever he or she is, they got the wrong language. But I'm finally happy I finally found the rightful language for this film. So yep, for my next movie review is Made in Italy. And I will say this is a very darn underrated film in the year of 2020, along with Honest Thief. So yeah, the great and mighty Liam Neeson did release 2 good films in 1 year. And I had a very fun time with this film, that's for sure. So without further ado, ladies and dudes, let's head on to my next movie review of Made in Italy. And let's go on to the main plot of the story. It's a story about these 2 guys named Robert and Jack. They are going to Italy for not a vacation thing, but they gotta find a way to fix their old house of theirs, since they hadn't been in their house for the last 20 darn years after what had happened to the lady who was once a mother and the wife of those 2 wonderful dudes. Yeah, she passed away for some unknown reason in a very heartbreaking story. It's gonna be way too hard to explain. But yeah, they decided to go to Italy, visit their house, try to fix it, and also try to sell it. And also, poor Jack is trying to find a way to put some money together so he could go back to the job that he really, really likes, that featured some pictures and art stuff. And as for Robert, he's just a retired guy who's once a painter, and he just tried to find a way to restart his life all over again. And all that stuff. That's all I could say about the main plot of the story. I guess everybody wants to know is, what the heck do I think about this movie? Well, to tell you the truth is, ladies and dudes, I really did enjoy this movie. I mean, I had a really, really fun time with this film. This is one of the most funnest movies I have ever watched so far from the great and mighty Liam Neeson's career for making so many great underrated films here and there. Since I knew his films very well, like Taken 1 and 2, -3, Non-Stop, The Grey, Honest Thief, Dark Man, Michael Collins, and sorts of others. I mean, I had a really, really fun time with this movie, and also, I really love his performance in the film. He did a really good job with this wonderful character who had a very sad and tragic storyline. That's for sure. And yeah, I do also praise the oh great and mighty Liam Neeson's son, Michael Richardson. He also did a pretty good job with this film. It really, his performance really did blew me away from start to finish, and also his storyline was pretty darn sad as well. That's for sure. So yep, I had fun with this movie. This is one of the Liam Neeson films I do want to rewatch again and again and again and again over 9,000. So yeah, it had a pretty good storyline for the most part. The characters are likable, enjoyable to watch. The cinematography is beautiful. It had a really good score. It has a good message to it about the father and son relationship, and also the pain of loss of someone that you really, really loved, and also some good, interesting, fun facts to be found. So I'll go ahead and tell you about my strongest points and the weakest points of Made in Italy. I will say for the strongest point for this movie is truly the oh great and mighty Liam Neeson's performance as Robert. I will say he did a really good job with this character. This is one of the best characters that he had ever done so far in his career. And truly one of the best characters I do care about, who had a really sad and tragic storyline. You know, about the pain of loss, and he still wants to paint and try to find a way to have a strong connection with his son again, and also getting to know the pain and sorrow that they felt for a pretty long time. And plus, I think he's having a relationship with that Kate lady. I think those two look like a perfect couple. Don't you think? And yeah, I really love the character development chemistry between him and his son. And there was one part in the third act of the movie that was really, really my most favorite scene in the whole entire film. It's hard for me to say. So I will say the oh great and mighty Liam Neeson's performance as Robert is truly the strongest point in the movie. And yes, ladies and dudes, there's a couple of interesting fun facts to be found in Made in Italy. Like, we found out the truth that Michael Richardson has a half Italian blood that came from his mother's side of the family, surprisingly to say. Michael had decided to change his last name from Michael Neeson to Michael Richardson so he could pay his honor and his respect for his late mother. And yes, ladies and dudes, it is very darn true that Liam and Michael did work together in a few projects. I did remember they worked together. Well, the first time they worked together, they did a commercial together. Something about a futuristic thing. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's something about TV or something. And yes, they did work together in Cold Pursuit, but just in the beginning of the movie, where they did play father and son in the film. But yeah, an interesting fun fact that Liam and Michael did work together as father and son, and they're playing father-son in this film, surprisingly to say. And yeah, a very strange, interesting fun fact is, I tried to find this part about this part of the film where the old great man Liam Neeson said there's a butterfly that came in Michael's shoulder or something, and he said that this butterfly is truly Natasha Richardson. You know, like a spirit thing or something. Something that'll bring a tear to your eye. And that's a really sweet thing to say, is if a butterfly can be the spirit of someone you love. That's for sure. I will say, yep, there's a couple of interesting fun facts to be found in Made in Italy. And this is a very good fun fact movie to be found, I guess. Hard for me to say. And let's go on to the most weakest point of the movie. I wish there was an ultimate ending where, the house is complete. And I remember there was a part in the picture where, Jack is gonna be with the Italian lady that he fell in love with. And I remember Robert wants to dance with, the Italian lady's daughter. Yeah, I remember there was a part, there's going to be an ultimate ending in that scene in the film, but they never show it in the movie itself. I wish they should add that part of the film, so maybe that way it could deserve a masterpiece rating. And also, there was two characters I cannot stand. They're way too cartoony for my taste. Those two couple that kind of look cartoony in my opinion. Yeah, weird thing to say. There's two characters I cannot stand in the film that are way too cartoony for my taste. Yeah, that's for sure. So I will say those are my biggest weak points in the movie. I wish there was one deleted scene that should have been shown at the end of the movie, and there's two characters I cannot stand that are way too cartoony for my taste. And that's all I could say about that. And now let's go on to the characters. Man, what should I say about the characters? Like I said, the old gray mind Liam Neeson did a good job as Robert, and his storyline is perfectly understandably clear. Something where he is coming from and all that stuff. I feel bad for Jack. He really, really wants to go back to the job that he really loved, and he's trying to get the money for it if he wants to sell the house. And the Italian lady, I forgot her name. She's very darn lovely and sweet and very, very kind. And I do like that lady who played Kate. The interview lady. I mean, she's a very interesting character to watch, and she's just concerned about the house. And I think she and Robert look like a perfect couple. I think those two look pretty good together. That's for sure. So yeah, I really do enjoy the characters very darn much. Oh yeah, and one last thing before I wrap up my movie review, ladies and dudes. I will let you know there's one special hidden Easter egg that you need to check out. And this hidden Easter egg is very darn special in so many ways. And I'm surprised they did add this hidden Easter egg that's in the film. I can't tell you what this hidden Easter egg is, but this hidden Easter egg may surprise you. Something that did feature in real life. Something I was so freaking surprised myself. When you watch this film, you'll know what I mean. And I'll go ahead and tell you about my final thoughts of Made in Italy. Overall, Made in Italy is a very, very fun Liam Neeson movie to watch. And I really do love the relationship between the father and the son. It doesn't matter if it's real life or fictional life. Between these two wonderful actors who did play father and son, either way, real life or fictional. It had a really good storyline for the most part. The characters are likable, and the cinematography is beautiful. It had a very good score, has good message to it, and also it has some couple of fun facts to be found in this film, and also one surprising hidden Easter egg that nobody will never forget in film history. So I decided to give this movie a 9 out of 10. Very good film to watch. And another good underrated film indeed. And that's my whole entire movie review of Made in Italy. I hope you enjoyed this movie review, and join me next time. I promise to all of you, I gotta do more movie reviews to come. I'll find a couple of them here and there as soon as I can, including the Da Vinci Code. I gotta get that movie review out of the way. If I could find the copy of that film, if you know what I mean. So, I'll see you all later, and sayonara.